And we're live. Good evening, everyone. It is Friday, April 29th, which makes it the second last day of a month, and I still need to get out and make an exclusive members video for April. Oops, don't have a lot of time to do that. I think I know what I'm doing after the stream tonight, and I see a lot of people in the chat. Israel, John O'Meara, Mark S., Marie Palmer, Brad Palmer, Vivian Johnson, Firestar Eyes, Gertej, Pentlands, Who's Jaw, Dave and Banger Maine, Hunter Stewart, the Canadian Wide World of Trains. There's a mouthful for you. Michelle Gray, Whitby Dude. I think I saw some others in here as well. Nusol Kim, Stephen Brown, etc., etc. Welcome to another Friday Night Live. Bevy laughing at the crotch shot at the end. It's more of a turning off the camera. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but I put up a poll asking, choose my beer, and I saw immediately Hibernating Grizzly got out to an early start. So while I was waiting for the stream to start during the countdown, I went to my fridge anticipating this one winning, and I grabbed a Hibernating Grizzly. What's weird about this is this can is yellow, so the green screen shouldn't be affecting it. But there you go. Hibernating Grizzly in a yellow can. Clayton Crawford, $5. Hello, Johnny and everyone. Wow, we're off to an early start. Thank you very much, Clayton Crawford, for your $5. I hope you're having a good day. Someone said, please drink the peach. Well, we'll eventually do that. I'll probably do it on a stream. But I'm going to end this and thank you again, Clayton Crawford. This is a Muskoka Brewery Hibernating Grizzly.
Hello, Johnny, everyone.
It's a grisette with lemon zest, whatever the heck that is. A refreshing farmhouse ale with citrus and spice and everything nice. A gift from nature's den. The light grisette that all adventures start with are just what you need when coming out of hibernation. Well, I'm not a bear, but it's only 4%, so we'll drink to this. So cheers, everyone. I have a few videos I'm going to start to play coming up in the next few minutes or so. Thank you, Marie Palmer. Whoa, it tastes like kind of... I don't know about this. It tastes like a Hoegaarden, but not as good. Anyways, I'm still going to enjoy it. You might notice behind me, normally I play a video. Cleanup Man did 28 kilometers today on the max. Awesome. Normally, I have a video coming up in the background. Whitby Dude says, have you recovered from the bug swarm? Well, I did label this a Q&A, so this gives me a chance to test out a new feature I've been working on. There we go. If I respond to a question and I can remember, I'll try to put it up on the screen. Have you recovered from the bug swarm? Yes, I did. I took a shower and all those clothes went into the wash. 28 kilometers and 43% battery left. All right. Anyways, back before I lost my train of thought. Behind me, you'll see my new channel art that I've been working on, and you will now find that on the main channel. But since I wanted something new, I really wanted something new, and I'm not very confident in my design abilities, nor do I like doing that kind of thing. I also went on to a website called Fiverr, and I paid someone $5, which somehow worked out to $10 once all the fees and the conversion from USD to Canadian is worked out. So this is what I dreamt up behind me. And I'm about to show you what I paid $5 for. Boom. So I paid $5 for that, or 10, but kind of liked mine better. I don't know. Like maybe I just didn't give her very good instructions. I mean, it looks good. Little amateurish. Like I would have liked to have seen a little more going on with the text, you know. It's just kind of like a flat text looks good when it's flat. This should have like a 3D quality. Maybe there should be some lighting. Pentlands likes the paid for one, but I just think like it lacks polish, right? And if you forget, this is what the old one looked like. That was the one that I've been using for the last like year and a half. I used a few different variations of this over the past few years. And the OG background is that. That was the first one ever when I didn't even know what I was doing. This kind of a version of this is now on the Stumbles one. Action BJ says the more you pay, the better designs. Yeah. Well, I just thought I would try one. And I was going to maybe buy a whole bunch of them. And then I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and use mine. But there we go. And there's a picture I took yesterday. So back to that. So I just wanted to show you some different ones. Gaby says the old one is still better, but we need to change. You know what was still better, or way better? The old Pringles logo. The new one is ass. They took all the detail out of the guy's face. Anyways, I'm going to fire up a... I'll probably do a new one of these every 5 or 6 months or so. So we're not going to have to live with it for too long. Well, I'm the one that has to live with it. Let's fire up a video here. Did I load these up? Yes. Okay. So I took the Rise single speed e-bike out for a ride I did down Shaw Street called This Toronto Street Has More Bikes Than Cars, something like that. And this is my ride to the start point of that ride. So that's what we're watching. So this is on the Rise Fixie. Maybe I'll make myself a little bit smaller. And yes, I got a haircut today. So that's what I did today. I was going to go out. It's Friday. It was like a gorgeous day. I'm like, let's go out and make a bunch of videos. And I got a haircut. So after this stream, I think I'm going to go out and I'm going to try to do that members video for Patreon and channel members. And then I'll maybe make my own video as well, because I have a video for Saturday, but I have nothing for Sunday. So I got to get out tonight and do some stuff. Ali BHG says, why are e-bikes single speed and others have 710 speed? What's the difference? Well, a single speed, it's only got one speed. It can be an e-bike or non-e-bike. It doesn't really matter. It's just some bikes have gears, some don't. I prefer bikes without gears, but that's just me. Jeanette says, hi, Johnny and friends. Like the new channel art. Jeanette. Oh, my thing can't show emojis. So if you want me to flash your message, I think it has to be emoji free. So I labeled this Q&A. I just didn't. The reason I did that was because I was kind of inspired by this new thing I figured out. So if anyone asks any questions and I go ahead and answer it, I'll try to put your question on the screen. I know it's a little weird, but we'll see if we can do that. And now we're going south down Oriole Parkway, I believe this is. DJ Ian likes the new logo. That is worthy of getting displayed. How is Baldwin Village? Never stayed in that vicinity. Baldwin Village is an excellent area to stay. You've got Chinatown and Kensington on one side, Queen West just south of you, McCall, you're a close walk to Yonge, and all the stuff out east. So that is pretty awesome area in my opinion. Boardwalk Brad says, are you watching the NFL draft tonight? $2 from Boardwalk Brad. Thank you very much. No, I am not. But thank you, Boardwalk Brad, for the $2. Are you watching the Leafs versus Bruins? No, I am not. But I do have the Blue Jays being monitored, and they are currently down 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Thank you, Harjot. Alejandra Carrillo, welcome to Silver Tier. Thank you, Alejandra, very much for joining Silver Tier. I don't have an option to put that one on the screen.
Are you watching any of the NFL draft tonight?
But thank you, Boardwalk Brad. Still playing the Sox? No, the Jays took 3 out of 4 versus the Sox. JK says Jays game. Thanks for reminding me. You're welcome. Go ahead and click off the screen and go watch the Jays. Hopefully, let me just do a quick audio test. Can you guys hear like the background sound all right? Should I turn that up a bit? The sound of me riding down the street. We're going south down Oriole, and then I think I take St. Clair to Russell Hill, and then I take Russell Hill down to Davenport. I'm not entirely sure. JK is watching me and have the J's in the background. Good. Always keep other things in the background. Oh, Johnny got buzzed by a car. It's used. That's usual. John O'Meara says don't hear it at all. You should be able to hear it a little bit. Let me just try again. Yeah, it's quiet, but I hope that I hope it's a little more audible now. Congrats, Bevy. That's more than I'm down. That African explorer is hearing. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Patricia Brooks. Clayton Crawford. I accidentally clicked on your thing, Clayton, but hopefully this isn't too lame. And I don't get overly carried away with it. Hello, Connie. So I'm thinking tonight, maybe I'll take the scooter out and I'll just kind of go all over downtown. It seems like a wise thing to do after drinking a light beer. And then tomorrow, I was thinking Kensington Market. Does that sound like a plan? I'll do a video there. And tomorrow, I have a new visitor staying with me for a week or two. So I'll be living with a doggy. The Ottawa Wanderer is going to bed early tonight. JK says Jays. Let me see. According to bottom of second, they have a runner on first. Maybe ESPN, you're ahead of my my update here. Connie heard there will be a protest in downtown area. There is on every Saturday afternoon, pretty much. FM. Let me get that. You have a great... Where is... I'm trying to put FM's thing on here, but I can't find it. There it is. FM says, what are your thoughts on roundabouts, as we call them in the UK, Johnny? I remember they had one in the stockyards randomly in TO, but otherwise all stop signs. What's better in your view? Thank you, FM303. I think roundabouts make more sense, but you have to design your intersections with them to begin with, right? If it's a medium busy intersection, I think a roundabout is the way to go. We have a few, actually. There's a few just east of here. Intersections just flow so much better with them. I don't think they work at really busy intersections. They're kind of chaos. But, I mean, that's a good question to ask, like, RM Transit or Not Just Bikes or one of those people. Kohana says, you got a date, sexy haircut. Yes, with you guys. This is my date, and I'm about to put a bike helmet on this. And don't worry, Vivian, I will ride the bike or ride the scooter the same as I drive a bus. Hello, COVID Hippo. John O'Meara says, one in Thunder Bay. The world did not end. Thank you, JK. And now we're going west on St. Clair. Oh, I guess I can unpin that chat, but just a friendly reminder, hit the like button. It helps. How many likes we have? We have 56 likes. Let's get to 100 of them. Can we do that? Dean's blog says we're quite used to roundabouts in Waterloo region. Bruce Jaw says, what the freak did Johnny say? Johnny, did you get the bugs out of all your clothes? Yeah, I was clean by the time I got home. I'm just washing everything anyways. Jay's won, Houston won. Thanks, JK. Connie, thank you. Whippy Dude says there used to be a roundabout at the QEW and Stony Creek. I don't think you can really retrofit them into existing intersections that weren't built for them. I don't think that really works, but if you do have a chance to redo an entire intersection, it's definitely, I at least hope that the planners would consider it. Yogi says, hey, Johnny and everyone. Hello, Yogi. Hallie BHG would have freaked out with all those bugs on her shoulder. Thank you, Gertej. Gertej already likes the video. Thank you. What are your thoughts on the downtown relief line, Euronation? You mean the Ontario line? I think it's about damn time. I know that Ford basically killed the relief line 3 years ago, and now he's kind of taking credit for the Ontario line, but we're getting something better. It's a better line than what the relief line was proposed. So I'm actually quite ecstatic about it. It's just a matter of looking at the Eglinton line and how that's taking like 11 years, 12 years, I guess, to basically put a streetcar underground. I don't have a lot of hope that we're going to see the Ontario line, but if it does come as planned, I think it's really exciting, actually. And I think with the GO system being electrified, we're about to be the envy of North America in terms of our transit infrastructure. It's kind of crazy, actually. For all those years of looking at a TTC map, which was quite pathetic for the size of the city of Toronto, it was basically a U with a line going through it. Once you have Line 5, as much as I don't like it, and the Finch West LRT and the Ontario line, and then the electrified GO network, it's easily going to be the class of North American transit. So I think it's pretty cool. Plus, we have a very extensive streetcar line, and there's going to be more LRT, surface level LRT servicing the Donlands neighborhood that's coming up, as well as Queens Quay East is getting a streetcar or an LRT. So it's definitely a good time to be a transit enthusiast in the city of Toronto. And this is the Rathnally neighborhood going south. And I think I turned right here at Davenport Road. COVID Hippo says the GO is necessary. He lives in Brampton, so it should take 20 minutes from there to downtown once it's implemented. Yeah. People that live in, like, I think Barrie will be, like, well under an hour. Like, it's gonna improve a lot of lives. Whitby Dude says the Ontario line should be extended to Don Mill Station. That's a good point. I guess there's like a ravine to navigate maybe to go north. I'm not really sure how that aligns. And then Don Mills Station should be extended in the other way over to Scarborough Town Center. And it should ideally loop up with Line 2 and just create one long continuous. We know that's not going to happen, but ideally that's how it should happen. Jeanette Morales is going to have a quick McDonald's dinner. My dinner was a peanut butter and raspberry jam sandwich, and it was good. Thank you, Estelle. Thank you very much. Navi says, let us know about your scooter ride. Looking to buy one. Well, I'll do better than that. I will post the scooter ride on my website, on my YouTube channel on Sunday. Jays 1, Astros 1 at top of the third. Leafs? Don't know. Marquez said Domino's. I bought some $2.99 pizzas from Metro. So I've got a bunch of those in the fridge. Marie Palmer says raspberry jam. Also got some blueberry jam. Sanjib says, what is the video tomorrow? Ooh, you'll have to find out. Estelle, this started at 7:30, so you're not missing a whole lot. And this is Davenport Road. And I think I'm going to have to go back and do a video on the Davenport lanes. Let me put that on my whiteboard, actually. I can't reach the pen, but I think this also is deserving of its own video. I think I did one a while ago, but I should probably do another one. Lisa likes these houses on Davenport. This is at the foot of an old glacial Lake Iroquois. Bevy digs blueberry jam. I got the double fruit blueberry jam. Clayton Crawford. What are you on about, Clayton? Clayton says, what? And you did not make everyone in the chat a peanut butter and raspberry sandwich. Well, you've been so offended, Clayton Crawford. Oh, no. I guess you're going to take back that super chat and cancel your membership? Sorry, Clayton. Whippy dude had Dr. Eckers. I've never liked Dr. Eckers. I don't know. I actually kind of like Irresistible, the Metro store brand, more than Delicio even. Yeah, he doesn't think line 4 was a good idea to be built because that line is useless. Well, it's useless because they built 5 stations. Had they have built the whole damn thing all the way to Scarborough Town Center, it wouldn't be useless. Or if instead of that, if they just built a busway on the massive strode that is Shepherd, that would have also served the purpose. Josephine Halligan, 199 pounds. Thank you very much, Josephine, for your contribution. It's very much appreciated. Thank you, Josephine. Lisa Palmer has not had frozen pizza in quite a while. Yeah, he says the audio is not synced. Is the audio not synced? You're right, it is not synced. Let's see if I can fix this here. I'm going to try to resync the audio, guys. Just ignore the fact that you can't see me. I've turned off my camera. How is that? Is that better? Test. It seems to be off by a tiny little bit, and I have no idea. Why would that be? Camo's off. Camo's off. Camo's off. Camo's off. Sorry, guys. I have no idea why that would be. Uh-oh. What did I just do here? Turn that off. You know what? I'm going to try something here. I keep changing. Oh, no. Are we back to the start? We just lost where I was. Okay, I'm going to try something. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this here. Where were we on this video anyways? We'll see if we were pretty much done, right? We were pretty much at the end of the ride. There's a glitch in the matrix. Sorry guys that the the audio isn't quite fully synced. Testing. Yeah, I can see it's off by like half a second. Sorry about that. Clayton says, and we're back on live, stumbling all the way. I have no idea what could be causing that. It wasn't not synced before. Okay, after this video, I'm going to try something. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to close my software. And then I'm going to relaunch it and I'm going to reconnect the stream. So you're all going to see the spinning circle for like a couple of seconds. Don't freak out. I can resume the stream. Let me see here. Yeah, enable auto stop is off. Okay. Good. So this won't kill the stream. I'm going to... All right, I'll be back. Just give me 1 sec. OBS is currently active. All streams will be shut down. Are you sure you wish to exit? Yes. Testing. 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys. Give me a full minute here. I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna fix this minor technical difficulty. Just give me a minute. I will be back. Okay, I think we're back. I just have to I can't see the chat right now. I'm just relaunching stuff here. Okay, we're back. Sweet. Let me just re-pull up the chat here. I apologize for that. I think we're back synced. Why can't I get my own? What I did was I actually just rebooted my whole damn computer. That's what I did there. That type of thing, like if it was later in the stream, okay, but at this point in the stream, that type of thing would drive me nuts. I think we're back. I just have to. Okay. Lisa says looking a bit blurry there. I should look okay. Why is this? Okay, we're back. Sweet. Get off, get off, get off. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I think we lost a lot of viewers in the process. Oopsie doopsie. Anyways, thank you for bearing with me while we underwent that. It shouldn't be blurry. Just refresh your screen here. Refresh, guys. Refresh. When it came back, it would have came back at a lower resolution. So just bump it back up to 1080, 720, whatever you watch at, and it'll be fine. But let's get the second video cracking here. So this is after my video, the first video I recorded. And I have a few things to do on the side since I'm setting up my stream here. Drink a beer. Pentland says 144p up to 1080. Oh, we lost 40 viewers doing that. That was not smart. 1080. You dummy. Tridge. What's that thing called? One sec, guys. Hello. Okay. I don't know what that was all about, but we're back. And we have 119 viewers, so we're still down, but we got some. Ezekiel says I'm glowing. Thank you. Hello, Zach Thong. Let me just test this if I got this up and running again. There we go. Clayton Crawford. Ooh, we back. JK notices the Masonic Temple. So this is me riding back home from where I finished my e-bike video on the Rise last time. Pentland says, yeah, that unfortunately that happens when you have to close down and resume. Thank you, Vivian Johnson. We're going to highlight that. This feels like I just went away for like half an hour and came back. Kohana, you're clearly not paying attention to what's going on. So yeah, we're riding back north here on the Rise. You might get red lights for your wheels. Maybe that would be cool. We are no longer fielding questions about the blurry stream. There's Rosedale subway station on the right. So this is north up good old Young Street up the east side. Roof is so tired. I had to go shopping for elderly gifts, ELD gifts for nephews and nieces. Oh my God, 30 kids and 12 adults. Do you have $1 billion? Thank you, Estelle. Sorry about that, guys. I have no idea why that. Maybe I should just I don't know. We're back. We're back. We're good. Life's good. Sean is in Barrie. Drink a beer. All right, I can drink to that. ELD is a holiday, is it not? I don't know. Hello, Joe's Crayons. Here comes the flood of messages. What happened to your stream? Where did you go? So what do you guys... Stream should start. I gotta unpin that comment. How do I unpin that? It's not letting me unpin that annoying comment at the top. Is it possible to adjust the on-screen chat message transparency? Can I adjust the transparency here? Properties. Can I do this? Is there a filter here? Key, wonder, scaling, scroll, sharpen, apply LUT. I don't see any transparency control here for this layer. Right click, filters, add color correction filter, set opacity. There we go. Let's see. Right click filters. Opacity. All right, let's try that out. Did we just figure something new out here? So I can... Ooh, Sean says my cast is better. Bye, Johnny. FM 303 with the really long message that doesn't even fit on the screen here. In the Q&A spirit, mate, thumbs up. If you had a choice of which pub bar to go to, Johnny, out of these, which would you go to? The Gloucester on Young the Fox and the Fiddle on Wellesley, or the Maddie on Madison Avenue? I have fond memories of watching UFC at the Fox and the Fiddle right across from Wellesley Station. I saw a couple of really big fights there. So in my old age, I'm going to go to the Fox, but for like I would just feel so old. I don't think there's anyone my age going to the Madison, at least not on a Friday or Saturday before or after 10 p.m. If it's before 10 p.m., I'd like to see the Maddie and what that's all about, but it's like a pure college crowd there. So I would be that creepy table of people that don't belong if I went. Not that you should ever feel out of place going to a bar, but I would totally feel out of place going to the Maddie. But I would still love to go see what it's like these days. What street in Toronto do you hate riding your bike on? Says Dragon Pup Eclipse. Eglinton Avenue East is the absolute worst street in the world. It's also a terrible street to drive on and walk on. It's pretty much the worst of everything possible combined. It's just a terrible effing street. Ali says bring someone. Emma says, didn't the Fox and the Fiddle used to be on Bloor West? That's a chain. There's Fox and the Fiddles everywhere, actually. So it's not exclusive to... There's been a whole bunch that have closed down over the years. Hello, Novell Koss. Did you know your Stumbles intro song is called Black Moons? No, I didn't, Whitby. Whitby, dude. No, I didn't. That is worthy of a... some recognition there. You know what else I can do? I can change the color of that, too. Did you guys like the blue better or the white? I think if I do the blue, it's the transparency has to go up a little bit. What do you like better, the white or the blue? Lisa says the white. Pentland says, oh, I like that. I guess he likes the blue. We have some people liking the white, though. I don't know. Allie says the blue is distracting a bit. Okay, we'll keep it. Marie Palmer and Brad Palmer like the blue. Look at that. All right, let's rock the blue for a little bit. We can rock the blue for a bit. Estelle says blue is her fave. Marg H says white. Chris Mills says neither. White is more easy to read, says Alejandra. Blue is nice. Gertej says blue. Okay, look what I've done. Look what I've done. So we're at Yonge and St. Clair. I've been to this intersection so many times. It's not even worth narrating anymore, is it? Zach says 1-3 Leafs. Sky blue, a bit of both, says Ian. Are those the only choices? There's this one. That one looks a little too... I don't know. I don't like that one so much. This one's called Minimalist. Is that one good? I can't wait to travel to Toronto in a couple of weeks from Edmonton. Awesome. Ali BHG says boring. Sorry, I didn't design these myself. All right, Kohana, I have an unexpected house guest. Bye, y'all. Stay safe. Finally invited the pizza guy over to share the pie with you. Enjoy. Chris Mills says that one with a little color. Still. Hello, Michael Nobliza. So I'll be premiering a video tomorrow morning at 9. It's a different kind of video. It's half indoor, half outdoor. Yogi, I struggles to get one person a present. You're bad at choosing. So I'll be doing that. Hopefully Sunday morning's video is the video I record right after this. And then I've got some good ideas for next week. So we're going to get some juicy content up next week. Estelle has an old Windows 7 laptop. Mark H, didn't you get a new laptop? How is that going? I remember asking you on my last stream, but I was riding and I couldn't look down and check my phone out. So Houston Astros 4, the Blue Jays 1. The Ottawa Wanderers glad the stream started earlier. I really didn't do anything today, so other than get a haircut. So I thought, let's do it a bit earlier. KB says juicy content. That just means good, I guess. Michael used to live in Toronto from 90 to 97. Oh, that was quite a while ago. Whippy Dude says you'll be doing some Charlie walks, hopefully. Some. I don't know, but I'll definitely be doing a Charlie walk. JK says slow mode hurts. It's kind of a necessary evil if... I mean, this stream right now only has 150 people in it. But when you get like 400 people in it, you have to put it on slow. Otherwise, it just jams up. And it gets kind of ridiculous. Bertej needs to buy a new laptop. Hey, I got email. Oh. Now live on your channel. Friday night live Q&A hangout with new Toronto vids. Estelle with a question for everyone. You guys heard of Rose Tattoo? Just curious. Seeing them tonight. Can't wait. Seeing them tonight. Oh, I guess it's early morning for you. I have never heard of them. City Nights is here. Hello, City Nights. Mark H is going to return it. Didn't you mention, is it brand new or is it refurbished? FM 303 also says Fox and the Fiddle. Answering a question that was asked about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, Estelle, I don't think they're too big over here. I've never even, although I'm not the person who would have heard of something if it was any good or not. Okay, I posted a poll question here. Oh, sorry to hear that, Mark. Hopefully, since it's fairly new, you'll be able to return it or get a refund or an exchange. That's one of the problems with Windows laptops is people say, oh, they're junk, this, that. But sometimes, like, Apple just doesn't make $300-400 laptops, right? Not everyone can afford an expensive laptop. And when you buy cheaper stuff, sometimes shit goes wrong. That's just kind of the way it is. But fortunately, most places you buy, you'll be able to return it. Roof needs a break to pray. All right. Then fast. You can't wait. Ramadan. Oh, so you're kind of starving yourself right now. Oh, what did I put in here? Should I do a let's watch together reaction stream? That was like an idea where I would take like a video that somebody else made and we would kind of just watch it in real time and try to keep the chat mostly about the video content. Action Kid did a video that was kind of controversial like a year or two ago that I think might be a good topic or a good video to do that with. And I know I would have his permission to do that. So that's the kind of idea behind it. I would, of course, not do that on this channel, but on the other one. And we're at Duplex Avenue in Eglinton, I think this is. Mark H says Amazon is good with returns. Oh, they are very good with returns. JK hasn't watched. Oh, you should watch. They're pretty good. Ali BHG, I'm not going to reveal my secrets. We'll find out in due time. As we race north up Duplex. And I think my camera cuts out in like 30 seconds from here. I think it finally ran out of battery. So this one will be coming to an early end. Lisa's losing her voice. There you go. I'll give you some voice. We'll put you on the screen. I think we're gonna go with this look instead. Gertej would love to buy Terminator 2 Judgment Day. There's a random chat to throw on the screen. Jays tie it with a Vladdy home run. Oh, good to know his foot is okay. He crushed a foul ball off his foot, and then he sat out yesterday, which was a bit worrisome. But luckily, the Jays pulled through. All right, I'm going to go to the little boys' room, but we'll start. This video ended up in a fail as well. What happened was I kicked the camera, and the camera went off balance. But this is like a very short video from my live stream that I did on Tuesday when I rode along Eglinton West. JK. I don't think Walking Alice streams, but she's definitely made some very good videos. And I'm a subscriber of hers, so there's that. Action VJ, no, not a light bulb, but I will be back. I will be back. 1 minute. IPA light bulbs? No. Oh, Jeanette Morales is back. Lisa Palmer, you should get the bus number and then report. Oh, not a bus driver. Okay. So this is heading west on Eglinton East with the camera mounted to the rear of my e-bike. And this video will go until I kick the camera and we lose a usable vantage point. Oops. Oops. What bus is that behind me? Is that the Avenue bus? I can't. I think that's the 61. Whitby dude with asking the real questions here. But it's not giving me the option to highlight it. Whippy dude, you do not exist. For my software here, does your scooter have lights for night scooting? Yes. It's got a pretty good headlight. Novell Cost says Ken seems to get confronted more often than others for some reason. My theory for that would be Ken's probably has to do with the way Ken holds the camera. It's very, very noticeable. He holds it in a manner that's like vertical. Like it's very obvious that he's filming when he's walking around. And I try to be a lot more discreet about it. Also, I'll see people that I don't think would react too kindly, and I kind of just shoot the camera the other way and often walk across the street. I kind of actively avoid, as much as I'm in the right to be out there recording, why like walk into confrontation if you can avoid it? Like, the guy who gave Ken a hard time, in my mind, I don't want to like judge people, but I'd be like, I'm gonna point the camera the other way when I walk by that guy. So it's just kind of a different philosophy or a different way of recording in public, I guess. And I didn't always used to be like that. I used to always just be like, F these people, I can record. But I'm a little more sensitive to it now. So often when I'm walking down the sidewalk, I'll have the camera pointed to the street and across the street, especially if there's people walking directly at me. Vivian Johnson, how about some fancy lights for the wheels?
Some fancy lights for the wheels on your bike or scooter.
Vivian Johnson, thank you so much for the $27.99. You want me to look super spiffy rolling down these night streets? I'll hop on some different websites and see. Is that a thing? Scooter wheel lights. Light up scooter wheels. Oh, you can get wheels themselves that light up. I don't want to replace the whole wheel though. Thank you, Vivian Johnson. There's the message that I'm currently looking up here. You can get lights for your bikes that you clip into your spokes. I think my headlight is pretty good, but I'm going to go test that out tonight on a ride. But thank you very much, Vivian. JKS Jerome Forestwood does an excellent job. Pentlands, that's exactly it. It's impossible to walk down the street and not be on 100 cameras. So, like, I don't know. Plus, with all the people, like, FaceTiming and taking Instagram selfies all over the place, like, you're going to lose your mind if you snap at every single person you see using their camera in public. It just doesn't make any sense. It also, when people take issue with it, it's like, so if you're across the street in the background and I'm just taking a picture, I'm not allowed to do that? Think about it. If a news crew shows up and they're like interviewing someone on the street, do they blur the images of everyone walking by in the background? No. In Ontario, at least, it's one-way consent. If you're in a public space, the person with the camera is the only person who has to consent to recording. So that's just the way the law works. But as a courtesy, if someone was like, hey, I'd really appreciate not being in your video, I would do them the courtesy of taking them out. If they were nice about it, I'm kind of a dick. If they were not nice about it, I'd be like, sorry, you're going to be a YouTube star now. But that's just that's just my personality there. Estelle, that is true. Bevy is back. Hello, Bevy. You missed when I had to reboot my computer and we scared away a lot of viewers. I think this thumbnail I'm using might scare away some viewers too, but Ali BHG says people should ask nicely. Yeah, I hope so. Or I think so. The front windshield in that bus is like in a circle. That must be an electric bus. It looks very different from the way they usually look. Andresti10 says, hello from Mexico. Is it true when you quit a job, they just tell you bye and you do not get any money? When you quit a job, you are owed money for all of the time that you worked. So they have to pay you for all the hours that you've accumulated as per your prior wages. If you're working under the table, you might have little recourse in trying to collect that. So you might get screwed, but no, they absolutely have to pay you. In fact, my first ever job out of university, when I gave 2 weeks, and I told them I was moving up to a competitor during doing commercial, 20 minutes later, my phone rang, and it was the HR department. And I walked into HR, and they said, today's your last day. And I was like, well, I gave my 2 weeks notice. And they said, today's your last day, but you're going to get paid for those last 2 weeks. So that was pretty sweet. And then every company I've ever worked for since has given me the same deal when I quit. Every time I quit a job, it's like, oh, no, just get out of here now. Here's your pay for 2 weeks. So maybe I have good luck, but the real reason for that is every company did that except the last company I quit. When you go to a competitor, they tend to just ask you to leave. At least in the industry I was at. I guess, like, they think you're going to go around and, like, take a bunch of clients' names and contacts with you, but you could do that beforehand if you're going to do that anyways. But it's very standard in commercial insurance to just show people the door when they put their 2 weeks out. In fact, very few people end up working their last 2 weeks in that particular industry. But yeah, anything you've worked for and accumulated, they have to pay you. Tom says a mad employee can goof up your computers and break stuff. It is possible if you're, say, a project lead or something, or like a really high up person at a company, if you don't give your 2 weeks, you can actually be held accountable for damages you caused to the company. But that is an exception to the rule. 99% of people don't have to worry about that. You could quit and walk out at the same day, and that's perfectly fine. Not fine if you want a reference or you want your reputation in that industry to be saved if it's a small world kind of thing. But it is possible that if you don't give 2 weeks, you can be held accountable for damages caused to the company. But most people aren't going to fall under that. Lisa says the last person that resigned from her company left all of her personal info on the laptop and had downloaded some funky malware. Well, if you put your personal information on a company computer, technically that's their property. You're volunteering your information to that, right? Like, it's just kind of common sense. Don't log. If you don't want your company seeing anything you're doing, don't do it on company property. It's kind of common sense. When I worked for one particular company, they're pretty cool. Everyone like logged into WhatsApp web when we were working. We all chatted with each other over that instead of Microsoft Teams, because we knew they could read our messages if we did that. But I've worked for companies before where they're like, hey, you need to stop doing stuff on the web on company hours. Like, people got those warnings. So I guess it's just really up to the company. But anything you do on company property on their computer is not private. It's not your business. It's their business. It's their property. And a lot of people don't understand that. Ali BHD says, speaking of credit card, those free credit report commercials were filmed in TL. Oh, there's neat. There's something neat. Do you have zipcar? No, I don't. I don't like zipcar. I used it once because you have to like bring the car back to a specific spot by a specific time or you pay. And the way life goes, the way traffic goes, since you're paying by half an hour, you kind of mentally want to aim to bring that car back at least half an hour early, just in case shit hits the fan and you can't do it. So it turns into this whole game of like, I might have to pay an overage charge. Maybe there's going to be someone angry standing here who reserved the car for when I returned it. Like, I just don't like the model. I like Car2Go's model better. Like, you take it, you pay for the time that you have it, and then you leave it anywhere. And there's no like reservation system in terms of like it has to be back by any set particular time. But unfortunately, City of Toronto Council killed Car2Go, which was a big shame. PGH says they had someone get a 5-day suspension for improper internet usage. That's rare, but I've seen that kind of thing before. And now we are still going west on Eglinton. Kartik says do not use Turo. JL misses Car2Go. Well, they pulled out of Toronto before they pulled all their other stuff. Toronto was like one of the first big markets they pulled out of. But I really miss Car2Go. And they finally, their northern boundary used to be Eglinton Avenue. And they finally moved it north of Eglinton. And I had a Car2Go lot right around the street, right around the corner from where I live, like a public lot that had a bunch of Car2Gos in it always. And I got to use that for like 2 months and then they left. And that was really annoying. You work for Zipcar Help Desk in Mexico. Yeah, I usually just rent from rental agencies. It's kind of like I always go to hotels instead of Airbnbs. It's like I like a front desk. I like the competence of it. Someone's there. If shit goes wrong, you know, there's a whole army of customer service people to help you. It's just, that's just a preference, but I'm not big on car sharing or Airbnbs. I also don't like that Airbnbs kind of skirt hotel taxation and hotel fees. And they take housing away, much needed housing away from the market. Lisa says with gas and insurance included. Yeah, liability insurance is always included with a rental car. Physical damage, which is optional. Usually it's covered through a credit card if you have a decent one. What is zipcar? Like the green bikes? Kind of, Cheryl. Kind of. It's pretty similar to that. Kartik booked a Comfort Inn North Sound for candidate. Check out... There's a question. I said I'd put the questions up. Check out TripAdvisor and look at that specific Comfort Inn that you booked would be my advice. It's probably franchised. Mike T had a good experience with Turo. Neat. Would-be Dude says enterprise car rentals seem to be everywhere. They used to be everywhere, but during the pandemic, the rental agencies found it to be very profitable to sell their used fleets because there was a huge rush on used cars and then consolidate and close a lot of locations. But what that did was it screwed us over, the people that like to rent cars. Smart business move for them because they didn't know how long they were going to be out without business travelers and companies, which is their real bread and butter. People like me are just people who rent on the weekends once in a blue moon. That's not how they make their money. They make their money on the corporate clients who just rent for longer periods for people traveling for business. So the pandemic really destroyed the car rental business, especially with used cars being so valuable. And rental agencies having huge fleets of used cars, it made sense for them to sell them all. Yeah, JK says rental car rates are nuts right now. Yeah, because they sold most of their fleets. So there is insane demand for what cars they do have, and it tends to be centered around the weekends and holidays. So the business demand is low, but the regular demand is where it used to be. But unfortunately, the business demand is where they made their money. So it's kind of shitty for us car renters out there. Maybe Pentlands, maybe. That's something about it. Estelle says they sting you with insurance, though. Who stings you with insurance? With the renting a car? Well, in Canada at least, the license plate, if you have a license plate that's registered, you have to have valid liability insurance. It's the physical damage that's optional, and you can buy that through them, or you can extend it off your existing policy through endorsement 27, or you can do what I do and just use a credit card to cover it. Hello, Mark. Mr. Mark Briand. Yeah, Stella, though, I think worldwide probably the car rental business is nuts. And it's probably going to take a few years to get back to the point where the business travel demand is back up to where it was, if it ever gets up there. Top City says, hey Johnny, I'm trying to get a hairstyle exactly like that. What do I have to tell the barber? Thanks, advice. Like this? Normally, I don't style it like this. This is the way the hairdresser styled it, and I just left it that way because I'm lazy. I normally just show a picture of me when it was good. I'm like, can you just do something like that? So, I don't know. Maybe show my picture if you want it like this. JK actually damaged a rental a few times. The only time in my life I've damaged a car was a rental. And my credit card insurance took care of it. And I worked at an insurance company. And I waited 6 months, and I popped in my license into the database called Auto Plus, where all your accidents show. And guess what didn't show? My accident. So if I ever get my own car insurance and they say, have you ever had any insurance claims or accidents? I can say no. And even though I'm lying, when they check the database, they wouldn't see anything there linked to my credit card. So that's one more reason to use your credit card insurance when you're renting a car versus any other means where it could show up on the Auto Plus. Clayton. Here's a question we can put up. As a Canadian citizen, do you think to live in Toronto is super expensive or just expensive or not at all? It's expensive. I don't know about super expensive, but I was just watching a video where I'll fire up another video here. Now we're on a bus. Sweet. Hey, look, we're on a bus. I was just watching a video where it showed that we've had the biggest increase in housing costs over the last few years than any other country in the world. So housing, particularly in Toronto and Vancouver, is insane. And because of supply chains and everything else with the pandemic, like just costs in general are going up, portions are getting smaller. But I think that's a worldwide phenomenon. But yeah, that's just the way it is. Very, very expensive housing-wise to live here. Bevy says, have you watched The Batman yet? And what were your thoughts? No. I never got around to it. And now that I've got Charlie coming in, I don't know. JK says, if you want to own a home, super expensive ripoff right now. You know, if you look at a map of Airbnb properties in the city of Toronto, to me, it's pretty obvious why it's so expensive to own a home or to rent. I really think housing shouldn't be like a escapade for profiteering. Like it shouldn't be a for-profit business. Like it's the most important thing to pretty much every person. I get it's a good investment. I get some people want to buy a second home, but that's it. You should buy one investment property, draw the line. I don't know. Call me too much of a liberal if you want. I just think housing should be something that is there and affordable. I don't know. I don't like seeing people not have a place to live or spend their entire paycheck on the rent. I don't think that's right. FM 303 says, you gotta do any streams or videos when the Indy cars return to exhibition place this year, Johnny. FM 303, I think that's an excellent idea. And I'm looking forward to that. The Ottawa Wanderer says The Batman is a 3-hour movie, and they're already going ahead with a sequel. 30 Records. I'm thinking about visiting Toronto. How's it like in a few weeks? Or like in a few weeks? How's the city? Watch my videos, you'll see, but it's starting to become the time to visit. So I think we're getting there. I would definitely not hesitate. Lisa says housing is a right, not a privilege. I would think so at this stage in humankind's... I mean, how long have we been on this planet? For hundreds of thousands of years? Like, I'm sitting here looking at a camera, talking to people through the interwebs. You would think that in order to get to this stage, we would have mastered the whole everybody gets a house thing. Like, just kind of makes sense. Thank you for answering all my questions. Hopefully one day you could live in Toronto. Back in 2018, you're 4 months and just love it. Well, I hope you come back. Jeanette. Have a great evening, Johnny and everyone. Smiling face with smiling eyes. Yeah, this thing can't show emojis very well. Early wake up tomorrow. All right, Jeanette, have a good night. No buy Twitter, 44 million. Didn't Elon have to put a bunch of his like Tesla stock on the line in order to do that, because even him or he didn't have that much money? I'm neutral on that. If like Elon doesn't own it, somebody else owns it. Like, it is what it is. DJ Ian agrees housing should be very fair. Yeah, like that's the most important thing. Like, there's nothing more important. That's more important than healthcare. Like, you should have a place to live. Like, why don't we guarantee that? Or at least, I mean, I'm a capitalist too. Everyone should have a basic home, and if you want to work up from that, go work your ass off. But at the very least, give people the dignity of a roof over their head. Chris Mills says a cesspool. Oh, he must be talking about Twitter. Pentland says Toronto is super cheap to visit from the UK, not on Thailand level, but compared to the UK, you were shocked at how cheap food was. Alcohol was on par. Pot, not so sure. I think you should come back. But yeah, our alcohol is typically not cheap. You're paying like $8-9 for like a pint these days in most places, plus your $2 or $3 tip. Food definitely way more expensive now than 2018, like 30-40% more expensive. JK says Fairmont or bust. Scott Robertson, last year not so much. The year before I was about 27,000. That is very sad, Mark. Clayton, always find your comments funny. John Amir says Twitter is a cesspool. There's something about Twitter that just causes people, I don't know if it's like a dopamine rush, that just causes people to engage and say things they wouldn't normally say. And it's very tribal. Like, I don't know, it just pushes buttons in people, and it brings out this person that I think most people would regret being if their close friends and family saw them being that way. Like, it's just such a weird side of humanity. Like, I know myself, I would probably fall down that rabbit hole and engage in it. So my answer is just to stay off of it. Like, I don't benefit from that at all. Like, you know, it's just, yeah, I have my strong opinions, but like, berating someone online on a messaging platform with a limited character count, it's not the way to get the message across, but that's what happens, right? That's the way people communicate on there. It's so, I don't know, it's just a bizarre little world. So I'm not a fan of tweeting. John Amir says somebody can post something reasonable on Twitter, but we'll get 100 whacked out responses. There's I think it's Newsground. There's a website that kind of aggregates all the different news stories. I don't know how accurate it is. And it shows which news stories got reported by like left-leaning media versus right-leaning media, and which elements of different stories got reported more. So it's kind of, at least in spirit, trying to be neutral. I think it's a neat concept, and I'm probably going to try using it every day instead of Reddit. I kind of like the idea of neutrality, which doesn't really exist anymore. Oh, I think we're in the Golden Mile. There's Mandarin. So this is a bus ride from Kennedy Station. We are going west on Eglinton Avenue East. How did I not notice that earlier? It's also funny how there's some stories, like CNN wouldn't even like think about picking up because it goes against their narrative. Like, why does a news agency have a narrative? But Fox runs with and embellishes because it goes with their narrative. Like, isn't news? Like, I don't know. The world is kind of effed in that sense. And I think Twitter has created that divide in society where it's put everyone on teams. And I don't know. So, yeah, there's a Johnny Strides Twitter account, but it's not me. It's someone else. So, in case one day that account starts flipping and saying a bunch of inappropriate stuff, it's not me, folks. Lisa hears a random beep every few minutes and has no idea where it's coming from. Hopefully not a smoke detector or a fire detector. Struck tube. Oh, we're an hour and 18 minutes into the stream. Action BJ says Johnny rant. I don't think that's a rant so much as a disappointment in humanity. I don't know. Yeah, I hope it's not a smoke detector. Maybe her microwave is done. Yeah, the Ottawa Wanderer. I think a lot of people just kind of tune the news out in general these days. Pentland says that'll be Johnny's truck passing by. Marie Palmer was thinking smoke detector. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. And we are at 170 viewers. How many likes do we have right now? 123 likes. We can get a few more likes. Just do it, because I said so. There's a good enough reason. Clayton says, Novell Costa's stream would not be the same without you. Always to be encouraging. Alright, so I think I'm going to try it. I think I'm going to end this poll here. Should I do a let's watch together? Why did I spell together like that? Reaction stream on Stumbles. Look forward to that on the Johnny Stumbles channel. Hopefully next week I'll get around to doing that. Maybe Wednesday night. Do you think one day you'll go to New York to record, or is it too far? I think one day. I went to New York last August, but I didn't record. But I did appear on Action Kid's video and a few of his live streams. But probably I'll get back and do that at some point. Clayton says 133 likes on his screen. Yes. Let's get to 200. Do it. Do it. Do it. FM303 says, not sure if you know this, Johnny, but Tim Hortons have started opening UK stores and doing well. Well, I hope they have better pastries than they do in the Canadian stores. It is kind of disappointing. I went to a country style. That video that I put on the Stumbles channel when I missed a bus that I was trying to film a ride on. I went to a country style until the next bus came. And I bought a donut, and it was fantastic. I was blown away at how much better it was than Timmy's, at least in my humble opinion. A lot of people talk about Tim Hortons like it's this great Canadian institution. I think Tim Hortons is more like a gas station. It's there, it's convenient, it does the job, it's good enough, but I don't think anyone is singing praises about the quality of Tim Hortons. Matthew says Krispy Kreme is the worst donuts ever. I like Krispy Kreme. I keep banging my camera against the window here. Johnny's inner Twitter coming out. Well, there's a character limit on titles too. Whippy Dude remembers a like and a dislike meant the same to me. Yes, but you can no longer see the dislikes. It doesn't count them. Oh, you know what? You know what? YouTube, I don't even know how this works. But I'm going to interrupt the bus ride for a second. When you go to the videos, you'll see this thing here that says thanks. Show support with super thanks. And then if you click it, thank Johnny Strides. Buy a super thanks, which directly supports Johnny Strides. I think what this does, I talked to a few other YouTubers who have it, and nobody's received one yet. But I think what it does is it highlights your comment. So if you do this on one of our videos, it makes your comment like super noticeable and highlighted. But I don't know how we get notified of it. I don't know how we thank back other than... Here, I'll turn this off. Other than replying to the comment. Like, I don't know anyone who's got one of those before. But that is there. That is a new feature. So I'm curious to see if that actually works or if I get anything. Or maybe I'll just send one to myself to test it out. Here's a comment. Gertej says, I have no comment. That's worthy of putting up. Clayton Crawford says, does your equipment allow you to chop up and slice together different scenes to create something goofy or fun like a movie gag bloopers? Yes. Pretty much all editing software can do that. The question is, do I have the time and energy to do that? I don't know. FM303 says, don't underestimate, guys, the idea of double coffee being available in the UK. Otherwise, it's Costa or McDonald's who are average. McDonald's coffee, I think, is better than, at least in Canada, it's better than Timmy's coffee. Sunjib says, do you think you will one day go to Montreal, Quebec to record, or is it too far? I did that last year. There's a bunch of videos from me in Montreal. One thing I was thinking of doing was doing some more hotel videos. They're kind of fun. I like walking through hotels. Don't worry, it's not going to be like more than once every like 3 or 4 weeks. But I'm thinking I might do a video where I stay in like Toronto's lowest rated hotel, and I do like a walkthrough of that, and I show the whole property. Maybe I'll do one in like Toronto's cheapest hotel. I could do the most expensive hotel. Like, do you like this idea? Like, just maybe once every like 3 weeks or something, because I had a lot of fun doing the hotel video in Ottawa and the one in Montreal and the one I did in in Mexico. Capiche says, have you done Ottawa? I did. I only did a few videos in Ottawa and a live stream. Lisa says, go for it. John says, cool idea. JK says, Busan is a wonderful city. Busan is great. I stayed in Busan. But yeah, like, maybe the lowest rated downtown hotel, I'll just like book it and I'll stay there for a night. Like, it won't be a profitable video. It'll probably cost me more than I make, but it'll be fun. Or nicest public restroom in TO. All right. Andresti10. Take care. Thanks for the questions. Alejandro says, what about cheapest Airbnb? I'm not so big. I think Airbnbs are killing the housing market in Toronto and really, really making it hard for people to have an affordable place to live. So just on that basis alone, I don't think I'm ever going to support Airbnb. Jennifer Gala says, oh, there's a question. Will you ever go back to Seoul? Will be nice to do a live stream from there. Your favorite city along with Busan. Yes, I will definitely go back to Seoul. I was just there actually the November before the pandemic, and I made a few videos. I made some videos that I never actually uploaded. They're kind of forgotten videos, actually. They weren't narrated, but I think I might have played them in a live stream at some point in the background. So I guess they were used at some point. But yeah, I'll absolutely go back to Seoul. JD says, hi, Johnny. Where would you recommend going in Thailand for the first time? First time? How long do you have, JD? How long you have there is entirely dependent, or my answer is entirely dependent on that. If you had 2 weeks, some people, they like to go to a city and they say like 1 week is too much. Some people are like 1 week is not enough. So it really depends on yourself. Some people like me, I go to a place 2-3 days, I'm good. Get me out of there. I'm okay with the travel time. I want to go somewhere else. Whereas other people would be like, you can't possibly spend 2 days here and see enough. Like, it all depends on what kind of traveler you are. But let's say you had 2 weeks. I think I would kind of do like 4 days Bangkok, 4 days Chiang Mai. Yeah, people are going to kill me for this, but 4 or 5 days Phuket. It's a bit touristy, but it's super easy and comfortable, and you still get the amazing oceans. And that way you would see 3 different places, 3 highly desirable places. It also depends if like you're never going to go back as well, right? Like, is this going to be the only time I ever go to Thailand, or am I going to have a chance to go back if I like it? So that would also impact my decision. Like, you can go island hopping. There's all kinds of amazing islands. But if it's only your first time there, I think just going to one is enough, unless that's like something you absolutely live for. So I don't know, but I would say Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai if you have the time, and Phuket is pretty safe. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, Phuket, why didn't you say Koh Samui? Like, I know there's a lot of amazing islands, but we're talking a first timer. JK says a lot of world travel types do that 2-4 days in a city. I'm doing that more to go to places. Yeah, I get bored to tears sometimes when I spend more than that, unless it's like Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi, you know, big cities. I really like to sink my teeth into and do a lot of like walking, but even then I'm fine. If you told me you're only here for 3 days, I'm fine. Tokyo's a city you could easily spend a week or 2 in and not get enough of it. Herman says it's hard to know if you'll be going back. It's part of the fun, isn't it? As we look at a construction site. JD says start in Bangkok. Yeah, start and finish in Bangkok. Chances are that's the way your flight will work out anyways. Not a fan of DMK Airport. Go to Suvarnabhumi if you can. All right, Marie Palmer. Okay, calling it a night. Johnny, hope everyone has a great weekend. Brad Palmer as well. Have a great night at Johnny Strides and everyone. Coincidence? They're both leaving at the same time. Have fun, guys. Thanks for the cheers earlier. Have a good night. All right, JK. Awesome. Whippy Dude could spend lots of times in New York or London. I hope that's London in the UK and not fake London. As look at all the people saying goodnight to Brad Palmer and Marie Palmer. For the people watching this on most of the views on these, believe it or not, come from people who watch the replay. So that's one of the advantages of being able to flash some of the chat messages up here every once in a while. All right, Lisa, have a good night. Alan, thank you for your very kind message. Where did it go? Oh, it's not available for me to show. It got kind of held for review for a second. JK says Manhattan or London, those 2 cities can leave you speechless each time you visit. Connie says, unfortunately today is my Saturday and tomorrow is my Sunday. I have to work Sunday. Oh no, sorry to hear that, Connie. Novell, I kind of put 2 and 2 together and figured that out. Look what happens. Good vibes. This thing doesn't show the emojis. I wonder if I can fix that. I'm having too much fun with my new toy here. Whippy Dude went to Western, lived in fake London. Whippy Dude, what do you think of Not Just Bike's constant slandering of the city of London? You a fan? Not a fan? Like it? Don't like it? And this live stream is an hour and 32. Marg H, member for 15 months. Enjoy all you do. Keep them coming. Thank you very much, Marg H. Long-time channel member. Sweet. Thank you, Marg H. The FLQ crisis when Trudeau said he had to say Novell. At one point I thought Scott Briggs and Michelle Briggs are married, but apparently they have no connection to one another. Why is my smart TV resolution going off like that? Just put this stream up in. Astros 5, Blue Jays 4 in the bottom of the 5th. Come on, Blue Jays. All right, Estelle, welcome back. Capiche, thank you. Very kind of you. Capiche says, my videos play all night on autoplay, usually when he's fallen asleep. Hopefully, JK. Hopefully the Jays are what brings everyone together. FM 303 says Toronto to London, UK, or is greater than London, UK. I'm not sure if I'm reading that correctly. Connie says it's her crazy work schedule in one of the big 5 financial services in Canada. So is that TD, Royal Bank, services, or institutions? I'm going to name the institutions. TD, Royal, Montreal, Scotia, CIBC. And then there's a million others after that, right? Smaller ones, you got your credit unions, Johnny Strides Bank. Don't sign up for Johnny Strides Bank. It just takes your money. It doesn't give it back. The guy's kind of a dick. Yes, the last one on your list. Oh, Connie, the company that... Why did they change their logo? Like, I haven't ranted on it in a while, but it just does not sit well with me. I do not like the new CIBC logo. Did the people who work there like it? Like, what were they thinking? I don't know. Ask Kohana Roach for a defense of fake London. Have we left Scarborough yet? I believe we have left Scarborough, as we would have been east or west of Victoria Park a while ago. I have no idea where we are. I know we're somewhere west of Victoria Park and east of Bayview. Somewhere in there. Connie says they changed for a better image, a rebrand. Really? I think it was kind of a... I don't know. I don't like it. I just don't like it. I like the old logo. There's no, like, that gold color is missing. To me, that's what CIBC is. It's that red, white, and gold. Not just red and white. Not a fan. They were sweet-talked by some marketing guru. Not just a marketing guru, Chris Mills. Probably a consultant. They probably paid big money for some consultant to come and go. Just use an old logo you used to have. Now pay me. That's what consultants do. No offense to any consultants out there, but that's what you do. I just finally liked my own video. Herman Huang, you've been to both Londons, but you haven't been to either Stratford. DJ Ian says it looks like the Scotia Bank logo. Yeah, they got to put that gold back in there. They're stepping on Scotia Bank's colors. Deborah is here. Hello, Deborah. John says CEO no doubt put implementation of logo on his annual report, got bonus. Chris Mills says consulting is a sweet gig. I have a friend who works for KPMG. It is a sweet gig, but man, they are basically working from the moment they wake up to when they go to bed. You can't hang out with this guy for 5 minutes without him doing something work related on his phone. And it bleeds into the weekends, and it leads into travel. Like, it's when they're off a project, I think life is very good, but when they're on a project, it just consumes them. So I don't know. Sweet gig for some, but I think for most of them it's very, very very time consuming. I almost said something I shouldn't have, but Have you ever made any video of Barry? No, I haven't. But once the GO train goes up there in a speedy manner, I will. But that won't be probably electrified for quite a while. Firestar, I says consultants be consulting. Connie, yes, the colors of the Canadian flag. John Amir says his sister worked for Pricewaterhouse and IBM as a consultant. Intense pressure nonstop. Yeah. When they're on a project, man, life takes a backseat to work there. Whitby Dude says, what's the difference between a Patreon versus channel member? If you're a channel member, you get that jazzy little logo next to you. If you're a Patreon member, you don't. That's basically it. But Patreon members, there is a messaging platform, so you can message me directly on Patreon. But other than that, all the benefits are the same. You get the same access. There's not like there's a whole lot of benefits anyways, but the price structure is the same. The benefits are the same. There's virtually no difference. Other than one, you get the fancy logo. The other one, you can message with me. JK says, what is that in the background? That is the Aga Khan Museum. And one of them, Patreon takes a little bit smaller of a cut, but I don't want to put any pressure on anyone to use one or the other or any of them. So I just say, hey, you know, both options are out there. Don't do both. Pick one if you want to do it, but it's really a matter of what you choose. And some people don't want Google to have like their credit card or their payment info. They like the fact that Patreon is who they're paying and not Google. Some people are the opposite, right? They're like, Google already has my info. I don't need to sign up for a whole other service and like get a new logon and a new password and enter my banking info. So like for me, it's like, hey, both are options. John Amir says the Aga Khan Museum is worth a visit. Yeah, I actually looked that up. I saw some people walking around making walking videos through it. So it kind of gave me an idea. Maybe I'll have to go there. Yogi on her way out. Have a good night, Yogi. Gotta go sleep now as I'm up for work in 4 hours. All right, have a great Brill weekend. Brill? I don't know what Brill means, but I assume it's good. You're a generally very positive person, so have a Brill weekend yourself, Yogi. Chris Sinclair says, hi Johnny, I'm a new user and a new e-bike user as of 2 days. I really love your channel. Is it okay if I ask stupid questions once in a while? I'm sort of new. Sorry. Sure. I don't always get around to the questions in my comments, but on the live streams, go ahead. Ask away. Although if I'm riding my e-bike or my e-scooter, I can't always get to all the comments. Brill is brilliant. I didn't know we were short form in Brill. Doesn't seem so brilliant to me. Mike T did the channel member option specifically because of the little logo after his name. Honestly, Mike T, I would probably do that too, but that's just you know, you want the bragging rights, I guess. Deborah says, hey Johnny, I watched that video of you getting attacked by a massive swarm of nasty bugs. You would have freaked out. It was gross. I kind of wish I put my mask on. I had a mask on me because I was getting on the GO train. Because just my nose and my mouth were like hoovering in bugs. I was like, oh, could have gotten some use out of this thing in my pocket. But alas, I didn't. But yeah, it was pretty gross. Sunjam, I've been to Montreal. Action Kid says that was so gross. Welcome to the stream, Action Kid. Were you here earlier when I had to reboot my computer and we lost a bunch of viewers? Alright guys, I gotta go to the bathroom, but I'll be back in a second. But the good news is, Action Kid is here. He'll keep you entertained. Give me 1 second. We back. Yes, my hands smell like soap. Action Kid says, Florida is great. He seems to be settling down, making a lot of really awesome videos in Miami. A little bit more of a mix of videos, right? There's a lot more driving videos now. I think the scooter videos are kind of neat too, to see that perspective. You cover a lot of ground in a pretty short period of time. And they've got those, like, they're not really sidewalks, those big massive, I guess they're sidewalks, but you can ride on them because they're so huge and wide. So it looks like a pretty neat, safe city to get around. Chris Mills, 3-run homer from Houston. Boo. Let's not dwell on that. Yeah, I played. Action Kid posted a bunch of driving videos where he went up to New York City. And when I'm just like around my home, like working, like editing videos or like just goofing on the internet, I put those on my smart TV and I play them in the background. So it's kind of like, that's actually how I got into making these videos, because I was doing these like goofy hyperlapses and I was working from home at the same time, and I discovered Action Kid's channel. And while I was working from home, I started putting his videos on my smart TV just because, like, it's kind of, I don't want to be distracted. I don't want to put on like a TV show or a movie or the news, something that's going to like make me unproductive. I just wanted something that was like a nice presence to have. So I started putting his walking videos on. So it was cool because when I'm working, I can see my smart TV just looking over to the side, and it's like I could take a break and like kind of look at something, but there's no plot there, right? You're just watching like an ambient experience. So it was that's kind of what inspired me to start going that direction with my channel as well. So there we go. Vivian Johnson. Vivian, I'm not letting you go without splashing your message up on the screen. Time to say goodnight. Sleep well, everyone. Sleep well, everyone. I read that sentence twice. I'm not that drunk, folks. It's 4% beer. See ya tomorrow. All right, Vivian, have a good night. Maybe Ken will stream tomorrow. I'll do a premiere at 9 a.m. as well. A very different kind of premiere. But have a good night, Vivian. Look at all the support. People saying good night. Funny Dog, been a while. Hope you are doing well. Thank you, Funny Dog. Long time no see. I still remember running into you at College Park.
Hope you are doing well.
Thank you, Funny Dog. Hope you're doing well as well. You'll notice the streams have changed a little bit. I don't know if you're around when I was doing the e-scooter and e-bike streams, but I'm doing a lot more of those lately, and these ones at home. But thank you, Funny Dog, for the $5. Good to see you back. Please hit the like if possible, guys, says Chris Sinclair. Let's throw that up. Johnny, don't lick your fingers. Eating soap is not enjoyable. Okay. I wash my fingers with soap. Chris, that profile picture you have is pretty awesome. Hope it's not true to life, but still awesome nevertheless. Ooh, Astros 8, Blue Jays 4. Womp womp. Not a great night for Blue Jays fans. Marg H says I have more likes than viewers. I'm trying some things. I have a theory that my thumbnail tonight is not going to do as well. I just thought I would try it for some reason, and you know what? It isn't. It's a few little things made a big difference in a live stream. I definitely have less views. My title has Q&A in it. I don't normally put that, so it kind of makes YouTube and people think it's a different kind of video. The thumbnail is just like a static image. There's nothing going on there. And I had that incident where I rebooted my computer and there's a huge drop in viewership and it never really recovered. I'm looking at a graph now of the views. So it's kind of I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot intentionally here, but hey. It's all fun. Another 2-run homer from the Astros. Boo. 10-4. Get out of here, Houston. Chris Sinclair says your thumbnail is fine. Yeah, I just wanted to try it. Sometimes you don't know if something works until you try it. You can do like an A versus B comparison where you can feed a plugin 2 different thumbnails and it'll show half of the people one and half of the people the other. And then you can gauge which one did better. I think you can even do that with titles as well. But I don't know. I just kind of throw this out there and we'll see how it does. Novell says boo earns. Yes, good night Blue Jays and good night Toronto Raptors. Very exciting team. We'll see you next year, but they got stomped last night. Like, oh man, by the third quarter, I wasn't even sitting in front of the TV anymore. I was over on my computer. Clayton Crawford. Cutting in on my newsletter for people who are enlisted. I am unsure if this is a scam, but the name Mark Zuckerberg popped up. I swear I would not lie. It's obviously not the real Mark Zuckerberg. Someone having fun there. But hey, that's neat. Fake Mark Zuckerberg. Ali says no Celts and Raptors. Nope. Estelle says, do you have more Aussie viewers now? I've been trying to get you more. Can I pull that stat up right now? I'm trying to fish that out. Do I have more Aussie viewers now? What I should do is like compare that to somebody else, like maybe Action Kid, if he's still here. He said hi and disappeared. And see how our geographies from there can compare. Top geographies. I'll tell you what, Australia is the best geography for ad money. Wow, everything really is more expensive in Australia. Action Kid says he's still here. All right, Maroof. Good night, Johnny, and everyone in the chat. Need a nap before your husband gets home at 3 a.m. You've got a busy weekend ahead of you, and hopefully on Monday you can start eating a whole lot. All right, Maroof. Isn't it? Can't you eat like after midnight? Sorry if I'm being ignorant, but I think that might be possible. Ali BHG says, I noticed a few Aussies in Action Kids videos, and there was a guy you chatted with who you remember was still from there. He's got a bigger audience than me, but I think maybe in terms of percentage of viewers from Australia, it would probably be kind of similar between the two of us. Although Australia is kind of like the America, that part of the world. Canada is more like the New Zealand, or like the smaller, cooler, better looking country, right? Action Kid says 59%. 1.4% is Australia for Action Kid. Let me compare that. Analytics. Audience. Top geographies. Oh, this is for just one particular video. I want all videos. Top geographies. Oh. It's still just showing me for one video. Sorry, I gotta back out of that. Go into YouTube Studio. Audience. Show me geographies. Australia 0.7%. Number 1, Canada 40.5%. USA 11.8%. India 8%. UK 3.2%. Brazil 2.1%. So our UK number is lower than Action Kids. He's got Germany on there. I don't have Germany anywhere in my top. But My India is 8%. Action Kids India is 1.5%. What a massive difference there. Maroof says, yes, Johnny, we can eat. We just fast for a month from sunrise to sunset. All right, Maroof. Well, during the non-sunrise to sunset time, hope you eat well. Pentland says, I don't normally give negative feedback, but this has to be the most boring background video ever. Feel free to tell me if I'm wrong. What, a video ride along Eglinton is boring? Come on, it's interesting. FM 303 says, gotta ask a Brit who's lived in TO and watched TFC, any interest in the English Premier League, Johnny? If not, be a... I'm not gonna say that. Fan... You know, there's a ton of English Premiership watchers, but a lot of them are expats. There's a huge community that goes to the bars early on weekends, but I think they're mostly UK and Euro expats doing that. Action Kid with a question. Why are so many people from India watching your channel? Interesting. Don't know, but maybe Canada just has a bigger percentage of our population of Indian descent, so maybe it's friends and relatives and people hopeful to visit and move here. It's probably just like, I'm sure the US has a larger percentage of Mexican descent residents. Like, it's probably a reason like that, but I'm just speculating. I have no idea. It's pronounced Leicester, so you know, mate. Oh. I was gonna go with that. I really was, I swear. But Harry Park says, no Korea? I saw a few Koreans on the chat. Yeah, there's a surprising amount. South Korea, 0.7%. So... Oh, this is the last 28 days. So 0.7%. I wonder if I go lifetime. Is that going to be different? Have we been scaring away the South Koreans? South Korea, 0.9% lifetime. India, 8.5% lifetime. And Australia, 0.9% lifetime. Does it break down where in Canada? No, it doesn't, unfortunately. John Amir says Johnny is a role model in India. Everyone wants to be him. Have you streamed at the Blue Water Bridges, says Cheryl. No, I haven't. Let me... That's in Point Edward, Ontario? Gorgeous bridge, but... That is... all the way up in Sarnia. So no, I have not. I've been to Sarnia like 0 times in my life. Hey, the video is done. What do you know? What do you know? Estelle says, thanks for answering that question. Well, guys, I've got a video to get out and record. But I want to thank everyone for dropping in. Thanks to our mods. Thanks to those who sent super chats. It's very much appreciated. Hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't. I will be back Sunday night on the Stumbles channel. We'll just hang out. Maybe I'll get into some edibles on Sunday. We'll have a bit of an old school drink some of the good stuff and eat some of the good stuff kind of night. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., this channel will have a premiere. Sunday morning, if I don't get killed making a video tonight, we'll have another premiere. But thank you guys. FM303, Benjinium. It's hard to say your name quickly. Zach McNally, Estelle, Whippy Dude, Gertej, John O'Meara, Nova Class. I said it weird that time. Ali BHG, Herman, Alejandra, Connie. Thanks to our channel members. I see a lot of those logos. By the way, I need to get you guys an exclusive video for April, and time is ticking. Thank you, Nightbot, and thanks for putting up with me while I had that earlier episode where I had to reboot. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you